I'm calling this segment self-care. It's very, very important, not just in these crazy times or any certain, particular period of time in our lives, but always. And initially, this conversation, I'll start with like 5 different things, and then I'll elaborate on them. The first thing I would say is exercise, actually. Have a regimen that works for you. I personally like to do things that use my body weight, or things like stomach crunches, push-ups, fast walking. Running is not something I'm particularly interested in. I never really have been. But whatever works for you. Here in California, there are places where there are machines out in public spaces. I guess it was first probably popularized at Venice Beach. They had outdoor machines and different things that you could use your body weight and just get exercise there right by the ocean. Now you see a lot of these different machines and things, apparatuses in playgrounds or in parks, to a greater extent. I mean, not just the usual monkey bars or swings, slides, but other things, actual devices where you can lift weights or use your body weight in different ways. There are ways to get exercise, even if you have to get a stationary bicycle in the wintertime, or weights that you can use in your home. I did have a gym membership for quite a while. Having a dedicated exercise on a daily basis, if you can, maybe take a day off once a week. I mean, whatever works for you. But I can't recommend this more. And of course, diet is an important thing too, which is something I've been working on for a long, long time. And especially since the start of the pandemic, even more so. I'd already been working on eating more of a plant-based diet, and I have been doing that even more, actually, and discovering more ways to prepare food that way. It's delicious, and there's more and more options now. I don't know where it is that you live, but hopefully you can also find in stores more options and things like that, or you can find networks of people who can share information or recipes with you where you live. Or now online, you can find things online as well and get some tips on what you can do. And if you want to share anything with me, the NOWMAN Show 2017 at gmail.com. I'm always open to learning more about what's available. The third thing that I would talk about is vitamins. I already had, some vitamins and antioxidants and in my regimen. I just added more vitamin D, of course, a B complex vitamin. And there's various types of antioxidants out there and other nutrients, some things called superfoods. Basically what that is just a combination of lots of vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants and things of that nature. So if you want to increase that, if you already have started doing that, or whatever works for you, but I do highly recommend that as well. The fourth thing I would want to talk about is what I would call contemplation. Now, some people, they might call it prayer, they might call it fellowship with other like-minded people, they might call it meditation, and that's fine. I think for me, I call it contemplation. And often, and it's not just at night, being quiet, listening to inspiring music that's relaxing. It's not only just that. It can be when you're out for a walk, or when you're exercising, or just in general, you just want to get in your private space in your home and get quiet for a bit. And just consider, what is important, and allow things to be revealed to you in that quietness. However that works for you, that's generally how I do it. I have my own, I guess I use the word mantra, whatever works. I think that is important too. For somebody like me who's artistic and very creative, a lot of different projects, sometimes I need to quiet down all those thoughts running through my head and just kind of allow I wouldn't say necessarily the quieting down of the thoughts, but allow the priorities to become clearer in the process. And sometimes that's necessary, and it can happen spontaneously and in the moment, which is another thing. So when I call myself Nowman, I have the television show, The NOWMAN Show. It's definitely more than just a fun thing that I do. It's a way of life for me. Staying present in the moment and not getting caught up in the past and the future is also very important, as I see in the contemplative process. And that is something that I'm, for the most part, constantly aware of as I go through my day. The next item, the fifth item I would focus on here is literally fun. As I alluded to, the creative process. I have a lot of fun with the creative process, and that involves working with others as well as working by myself. And whether that's writing music, whether that will be recording music, um, doing television production, and all the different phases of that, creating documentaries, content, blogs, or writing in the traditional way using a Word document software, whatever, just unlimited. This is for me very enjoyable, to allow the creative juices or whatever, the artistic, whatever, just let it flow, live in the moment again, be present. The next point I would make is just in general to have fun. Take days off, as I mentioned earlier, just relax and enjoy yourself, enjoy the company of family and friends, or doing something by yourself, some kind of adventure and journey of some sort, just to take a day off and maybe go to a park you haven't been to, or to a beach you haven't been to, or just do some kind of fun activity that you haven't done in a while or haven't done at all. And just know that you're having fun and you're taking a break away from your regular routines. Fun is very important. Mental health is also very, very important. Just from my own personal experience, it's all connected, even with your physical well-being. It's all very, very important. So, and that's being said, self-care, if you're doing self-care, is not a selfish thing, right? But if you take care of yourself, then you're actually, when you are involved in others, you are showing care and concern for others more. But also, I think it is important to understand clearly what you are doing. And when you make decisions in your life, make sure that you are making them as informed decisions if it's really important. You want to know exactly what you're getting yourself into as much as possible when you make a decision, because that's what life is. I mean, that's why I look at labels on food before I buy it, because I want to know as much as I possibly can. I know nothing is going to be 100% perfect. We have to do the best we can, but at least I have a label I can look at and I can say, well, what's in this food item before I put it in my body, for instance. So you do want to take care and make sure that you are informed about what it is that you're getting yourself into as much as you possibly can. I think that's also very important in maintaining a healthy mental state, because as much as I say live in the moment now, when you are doing things that to plan for the future, let's say, when are you doing that? You're doing it now. So that's why, especially if there's certain things that might involve some changes down the road, you want to know as much as possible now, before going forward. And that's all good for mental health purposes as well. So, and so that's what I'll say for the moment, and I'll let the rest of it spontaneously flow.